It's funny that you actually did that exact movement, Ian, because when I did the stream game for my friends on my channel, one of my friends did not have good enough internet to use a video, so he just gave me a picture, and it was literally of him, like, trying to break through, like, the camera pane, and that was what was up for him through the whole thing.
I just pretend like that's what I'm doing the whole time, and people don't know that I'm... That is a weird coincidence.
It's like, it was like the exact, like, same angle, same everything. It was kind of funny. All right. Hey, everybody. I'm Ian. No, I'm kidding. Hey, everybody. Welcome to another episode of Heroes of Four Worlds. Today, we are actually going to be playing the Brewski Jubilee. I am not Ian, contrary to popular belief, but we are coming here with the fourth place. And so I am Kage, and I will be the dungeon master for today. If you're new, the show is an actual play D&D campaign show, which just means that we're going to be using Dungeons & Dragons to tell a story for you through our lovely stream here today. So what I'm going to do is have our players go around and introduce themselves and their characters. Let's start with Ian.
Hi, I'm Ian. I'm normally up in that box. I go by he, him, and I'm playing Rennie, who uses mostly they pronouns, and we'll get to learn more about them shortly.
Tucker.
Oh, shoot.
I guess y'all can't see it.
No, I can't see, but looks like I go second again.
Yes.
Hi there, I'm Tucker. I go by she, he, or they pronouns. I'm playing Jack, who uses he pronouns, and you will find out about his shenanigans later.
Awesome. Nothea. Clove?
Oh, sorry. Hey y'all, this is Clove, she, her pronouns, and today I am playing Nothea Level Hand in Latino.
Nailed it.
Looking forward to avoiding these furry companions of mine.
And Eric.
Hi, I'm Eric, he, him. I'm playing Aryeh, also he, him. I'm not usually a cleric, so I look forward to playing against type.
Usually destroy things, not help heal them back to life. Excellent. Well, so as we turn towards our players, or our characters, I should say, they actually have just completed a difficult quest and are searching for a town to just spend some downtime in, to take a break between adventures. And so they're walking through a large farmland type area. They're walking up a wooden a dirt path and surrounded by fields, and there's a town up ahead of them. So with that being said, if we could just go around again, probably just do same order. If you could just describe what everyone else is seeing in regards to your character and give one detail about the quest that y'all just came off from.
Oh, same order, so that's me. Rennie is a foxfolk, so about 5 feet tall, wearing colorful cloak, and a anthropomorphic fox who thinks that they're quite clever, went to college for wizardry, and is now usually adventuring on their own, but teamed up with this group of people for this recent adventure. Something about the adventure, it was underground. It was in caverns and dungeons.
Excellent. Tucker.
All right. Jack is a 3-foot tall mouse folk. So he is an anthropomorphic mouse that is brown in color. He wears basically Indiana Jones if he dressed a little nicer. Like, you know, a leather jacket with some like red colors on it. And he's got a fedora and a gold-plated lute that is a magic item that he insists belongs in a museum but can't get rid of for some reason because the lute keeps taking him on weird adventures. He is a dedicated archaeologist who wants to try to use song to teach children about history. And also, on our last adventure, he squeaked really loudly because snakes just fell out of the ceiling where we were underground. Why is it always snakes? Why is it always underground? Squeak.
Excellent.
Snakes are actually pretty delicious.
Well, you can have them all.
Clove.
Yeah, so Nothea is quite tall, somehow barely fitting into the medium-sized category, but you're looking at a hulking woman who is basically 8 feet tall, if not just a bit shy of that. Her chainmail clinks as she walks, and her voice is slightly deeper, probably due to her size. She tends to have a stern look on her face, which is not helped by the high-pitched squeaking and general merriment of her companions, but she is walking a bit proudly with a bit of a smirk right now because she got the final hit on the largest snake, the grandmother of all the snakes in this den.
Who are you calling Squeaky?
Hi, Eric.
Yeah, so Aryeh is a leonine, a lion folk, which is not nearly as tall as a goliath, like taller than the others here, but still, you're talking like, 6 feet and change. Also wears chainmail, has, for a holy symbol, wears a nice amulet, the kind that would, stay reasonably secure even if you were on all fours running, even though that's probably not a standard approach. And in this last in the adventure, he had to spend more time than he wanted calming Jack down and keeping him out of trouble, because you can't keep teaching people if you get yourself broken.
Excellent. I'm loving this party already. This is going to be great. All right, so you all are walking up this path. You approach a town in a highly pastoral region. The smell of barley and oats with a touch of fresh manure hangs thickly in the air. As you near the town, dusty and torn awnings posted on gnarled branches cast shade over dozens of merchant wares, creating a makeshift temporary marketplace. The overlapping sounds of townspeople haggling with sellers becomes clearer to you. Traders and merchants from all corners of the kingdom are selling foods, trinkets, and adventuring gear local to their village. You can see coins, textiles, small farm animals, and more questionable items change hands. A well-trodden dirt path leads through the marketplace, turning into weathered cobblestone as it winds its way into the small town. An abundance of parchment in the form of flyers cover every vertical surface of both the marketplace and the town. What would y'all like to do?
I check out the flyers. Snatch up one of those.
Awesome. So you grab one of the pieces of parchment, and at a closer glance, you see across the top, it says the Brewski Jubilee, and it's you can tell just from like some of the decorations, this is a celebration that is happening in this town. It's a celebration of their season's harvest, which is mostly beer. And it notes on there that tomorrow is the weekend signature event called the Hopstacle course. And in the corner of the flyer, there is a very beefy, swole, dragonborn woman flexing, and underneath it says Olga the Obliterated. And notes that she is the Hopstacle course's reigning champion, and she's looking to return for her 9th win in a row. And then in the fine print on the bottom, it reads that signups for the Hopstacle course are available at the tavern for any adventurer who dares to make their way through several trials of skill while inebriated. Only one will be victorious. And then it notes that the winnings, if you are to win the Hopstacle course, include the Hopstacle course championship title, as well as an amulet that gives you half-price pint deals at Baracus's bar.
Ooh. I think that might be a typographical error. It says the Obliterated, but surely she's the Obliterator. Don't you think?
No, she's obliterated because that's how much she drank before going on the course.
Oh.
Regardless, she will be obliterated when I get on the course.
Wait a second. All right, kids. Let's go to the thinking map. Brewski Jubilee. Can I roll a history check?
Sure. And what are you trying to discern with this history check?
I'm trying to discern if I know anything about the traditions of this general area and relating to the celebrations in this obliviation thing. Nope, I don't have a damn clue what's going on.
All right, so with a 9, you're familiar with this general region and knowing that it is like pretty high like farm land type areas, but you're not super familiar with like this tradition and this annual celebration.
All right, hole in the wall gang, that means we have to learn more.
That's not what we're called, but we should learn more.
No, that's for my viewers. That's what. Never mind.
Oh, you're practicing for your show.
Yes.
I'm fully prepared for this kind of celebration. My faith allows me to do wedding rites at the drop of a hat.
Oh.
I'm not even kidding.
That actually sounds quite fun.
Ooh, can you bless people with a sacred ancient ceremony? Ching!
I can, but it will make them get less drunk, which I feel like is not the purpose.
I like the sound of that. That sounds remarkably clever and disruptive. I'm very proud of you.
So as you all look around,
appreciate it. All right.
As y'all look around, the marketplace is bustling with different folks. You can see there's like a field that's been cut down in the distance, and folks are actually starting to set up different like tents and bedrolls and things because it's very clear that this town is not meant to hold this many people. So you can only assume that the inns are probably pretty full. And so people are trying to set up their camps. And then there's a couple of different pathways that lead up into the town as well, where folks are milling about, going into different stores and just different types of shops and stuff. Where would you like to explore?
Do you think we should explore first or set up camp first?
Well, I mean, as long as my mule can get around. I forgot to mention that Jack has a mule like carting his cart because he's too small to carry all of his stuff.
All right. I can add that to my visualization.
I think it would be wise to set up camp first. That way we get a spot and we're not in a awful location.
All right, let's find a spot and then I can set it up.
Actually, Kage, is there by any chance a temple to either Apollo or Apollo-related deities here?
Sure, why not?
Oh, excellent.
I would imagine that even if the town doesn't normally have a temple like that, there's probably folks from all over the region that are setting up like smaller like altars or like, you know, smaller like tents where like folks can, you know, worship or, you know, pray or things like that.
Yeah. Well, I asked because as an acolyte of Apollo, I have a feature sometimes called Shelter of the Faithful, which is that in addition to being able to perform the aforementioned religious ceremonies, I and my adventuring companions can expect to receive free healing and care at a temple. And those who share my religion will support me at a modest lifestyle. Yeah,
so I'll say there's probably not like a full temple setup, but there is like a tent area, and then it's like, I don't know if y'all have ever been to like a tailgate, but like sometimes there's like organizations and they'll have like all the area around them is reserved for them. So there's like an area in like one of the fields where this like tent is set up. They'll help you with like the healing piece, and then they have like some spaces reserved in the field. So it's not like a temple necessarily, but you're able to find a spot.
Okay. It does. Admittedly, it looks like they say they will. They give shelter probably to just me, but that gives us a starting place for the rest of us. So let's do that.
I can take care of the rest of that.
Ooh.
I have an idea. Something I want to see how the crowd reacts to.
Oh no.
And so if we found that temple and they're sort of, you know, they've told us that we have that sort of space that we could use. Rennie takes out a sort of an old kind of worn sort of looks like a cobblestone or a piece of carved stone, and throws it on the ground in the spot that we pick, and starts to say some words and do some symbols and things with his hands. And suddenly that little rock, click, click, another rock sort of seems to appear next to it and set into place with it. And then another, and then another, and then another. And at this point, he's just sort of directing traffic and click, 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 click. And over the course of 10 minutes, a 2-story tower made of stone, wood, and other materials assembles itself in front of everybody, rising up out of the grass.
At this point, folks are like have stopped to like watch this happen because there's some people with like meager tents nearby. You do see some smaller structures. Clearly, y'all are not the only casters that are here, right? So there are some other like smaller structures around, but it's not super commonplace. Yeah, for sure.
So while it's assembling, I was thinking maybe use like a lounge downstairs. So that you all have room to sleep, and then I'll probably put my bedroom upstairs. I have to pick just 2 stories. Does that sound good? I could also give us a let's see, a study or a dining room or a washroom or an observatory or an empty room. I assume that the lounge is the best way to give you all a place to sleep. Before it finishes, though, am I forgetting anything we need?
The washroom is probably a good idea, so people have a bathtub to get drunk inside of.
So the bottom floor will be a washroom.
You have to find a place to put all of the ice and cases of beer. I'm getting flashbacks.
Oh, I was thinking waking up in the tub the morning after.
Oh, okay.
You got it.
All right. So, okay.
Where are my
so what
kitties?
I'll do, I'm going to put the washroom on the bottom because then we could rent it out. and then the lounge on top for us to relax and sleep. And so as it's assembling, he's talking, and he's really stopped paying attention to the spell now. You realize that he was directing traffic unnecessarily to show off so everybody would know that he was casting the spell.
No, everyone also knows because Jack has also started doing a song for what's happening. It's like making your own room.
Throwing something about a gold for a fresh bath and sauna.
If you want to take a bath, give us some money. If you want to take a bath, give us some money.
I'm going to try and socially distance from the group as much as I can.
At least 6 feet.
Yeah.
Okay. Awesome. So y'all have kind of found your place amongst all of these other bedrolls and tents and things. I would say that at least one person has stopped by and like peeked in and they're like digging in their coin purse. How much?
1 gold.
Oh,
and so the washroom has toilets, wash tubs, a magical brazier with warmth, and sauna benches. And the interior of the tower is always warm and dry, regardless of the conditions outside.
Wow, Dimma needs to get this.
This is a 3rd level spell slot that I just blew. Always tower, for those wondering.
So
upstairs. Yeah. So so while you're singing, Rennie will happily put out a paw and take gold coins from people. Don't take anything out; it'll turn into smoke if it leaves my tower.
Don't steal anything. It's not worth your time.
So are you offering like an overnight stay or just like a place to kind of party?
1 gold for people who want to specifically use only the ground floor, the bathing facilities, so that when people get drunk, they can take a bath, they can use the sauna, they can get cleaned up. But there's no, they're not going upstairs in our lounge. No, that's for us.
Okay. So there's like somebody that's like
a 2-room tower.
There's somebody that's like peeking in and they're like, I'll have to remember this for later.
Maybe we should sell them wristbands.
We don't want the place to get too crowded. Oh, you're right, because you could use the bath. Yes. Oh, yes. It's a very special offer for everyone here. And he sort of raises his voice. For 1 gold, you may enter the ground floor of this tower with its delightful washrooms, toilets, wash tubs, heat, and sauna benches. You may use the bath and sauna once each, and you may enter as often as you want to use the facilities, and you may not take anything out because it will turn to smoke, and that will ruin the whole ambiance of the whole place.
Don't take
One gold.
anything
Buy
from
in now
us.
before it's too crowded.
The guy like has like some dissonance. He's like, "Oh, okay." He sold him on the urgency of it all, and he'll take out a gold piece and hand it over to you, and he'll kind of like peek in and start to kind of look around.
Up, make yourself welcome.
Oh, hey, if somebody could grab off of the mule pack, I've got some parchment. We can write down the rules Rennie put down so people don't have to get confused.
I'm going to grab the stuff off of the meal pack and hand it to the small munchkin.
Oh, put your stuff upstairs. Tie the mule to the tower, I guess.
Yeah, all right. I do that. I'm writing down the rules and then just posting it up, and then with a big arrow or a drawing of Rennie as the fox, as the person to collect the money.
Perfect. Yeah, and you'll definitely know that you'll want to tie the mule up here. Just viewing how many people are in this town, it would be very difficult to navigate a mule with a cart through the streets of this town. All right, so y'all have set up your nighttime stay, and have already have one patron to your beautiful tower sauna. And where would you like to go next?
What do y'all think?
I'm going to scope out.
It wasn't too clear to me where to explore other than other than joining.
Yeah, so basically, you look out over from the farm. You can see the kind of the layout of the town, and it's like a town with a bunch of different like buildings and stuff, and around the perimeter is a marketplace where people are trading goods and things. And you know from the parchment that the tavern is where the signups for the obstacle course are.
Oh, we should go sign up for that Hopstacle course first, and then see what we see along the way, and then decide what else we want to see. We wouldn't want to miss a chance to be on the list.
Ooh, right, the Hopstacle. This will be even better than that time that we got dragged into that labyrinth thanks to a certain manager. Even though I had cheese in the center, I was not prepared for that.
We have no idea what to expect.
This will be much better. I assure you that this time it will get you both exposure and a good reward.
Right?
Exposure
and no
kills
giant
people, you know that.
No giant snakes.
I think snakes are fairly unlikely. Let's go check it out.
The town is filled with giant snakes. Okay.
Oh no, it's a UNT village.
Yeah.
Oh no, Snakesville.
Awesome. So you walk through the marketplace up through into the town.
Mm-hmm. If I'm probably easily enough distracted that if anything catches my eye, I might not make it to the tavern as the first stop, but that's the intention.
Yeah, so I mean, in the marketplace, you do see like a lot of like your run-of-the-mill adventuring gear, weapons, armor, like clothing. There's some people that are like selling different like food things, like a spice vendor. There's somebody with like various different like spell component type things. There's a couple that are a little bit more different than like for instance of like what you'd see in like the player's handbook necessarily, right? But it's just they're like things that are like local to all of the different areas of the four worlds. And so some of them are things that maybe you aren't as familiar with seeing, but they're not like there's nothing in there where it's like, wow, this is like super duper rare and or anything like that. It's just they're all local foods, local like crafts and things like that.
So it's slightly exotic, nowhere near full-on goblin market.
Right. This is not like a black market where it's like, wow, somebody's selling a spleen. Like, but it's definitely like people are bringing handcrafted items or setting up just basically shops. Like mobile shops and stuff because they know that people are going to come here, so they're going to try and make a buck.
Rennie would like, kind of follow everyone else around and kind of admire the local stuff, but like he's interested in anything like over a century old because it's him. But other than that, he's just kind of go with the flow.
Yeah, if you see anything that's like a really old artifact, it's probably on a person, like on somebody's person. So nothing that's being sold that would be like an ancient artifact or anything that would be as old as like a century old. But I mean, people might be carrying weaponry that's a little bit older. I'm sure that at some point, I mean, there's all walks of life here, so I'm sure that at some point you pass by like a dwarf that has, some family heirloom type stuff on them or things like that. But nothing that's being sold that would be at least 100 years old.
So we'll probably keep making our way towards the tavern.
All right, so as you walk up through the town, again, there's people all up in the streets. They're walking in and out of different shops. A lot of the shops and places have their windows open, and you can see people hanging out in those areas. And people talking in the town as well. You do pass by like a couple of groups that are talking like quickly, or there's like one that's like talking in like hushed tones. But you walk, the tavern is an obvious building. It's got like a large wooden sign that hangs out in front of it. It's got imagery like a mug and some hops and stuff like that on it. And people are going in and out pretty frequently.
Hushed tones like...
Funny story, I can read lips.
Excellent.
Oh. So I'm curious what sort of tone we get from hushed tone. But it sounds like
yeah, like they saying anything interesting?
Do you want to roll maybe a perception check at advantage? Because you can read lips too.
This is from my observant feat. In case you want a reference.
Pizza fun.
Yeah, so with a
14.
With the 14, there's like a group of 3 different they look like they're locals, like maybe there's like a couple of shopkeepers and like a friend, and they're talking about how the tavern keeper has been notably losing profits due to the Olga's excessive use of the half-price pint deal that she's won, and they've heard a rumor that the tavern keeper is looking to sponsor adventurers to challenge Olga in the Hopstacle course.
Sponsorship.
I definitely relay this to everyone and say, right, like, so Jack, this is exactly what I was talking about.
Sponsors?
They would do wonders.
I can do wonders.
But do we know the story about Olga? I don't want to be obliterated.
No, she's obliterated because she's so tankard-faced.
We haven't actually verified the story. You have to verify your information before you start spreading it around.
Everyone, I'm going to be right back. So Nothea decides to head over to the spice market and look for some of the spiciest pepper sort of spices that exist or that they're selling.
Yeah, so you can definitely find there's like a trader who's like, we've got the spiciest spices that you ever did put into your gullet. I don't know.
Spectre pepper. Spectre pepper.
Sure.
Yeah. Is it legit or is it like marketing?
Why don't you roll me an insight check?
Okay.
Why don't you try some out? No.
Right.
That's next step. Where is insight?
How about some California Reaper chips?
Now, we are pretty far north here, so this could be the kind of place where they think that, like, paprika is the spiciest spice, or mayonnaise is hot sauce.
Was that? Did I roll that? Is that
Yeah.
a nat one?
Yes, it's a nat one. Yeah, it's super spicy.
Oh, no.
I'm going to step in as the sometimes host. If you're watching this during the watch party, the code word is spicy. And the person who types in the word spicy could win themselves some stickers.
Is it
Nice.
spicy or is it spicy?
is you have to spell it as if no, wait, no, it's spelled spicy, but you have to think spicy.
Okay. Oh man.
As far as you know, he's selling the spiciest spicy peppers in the spice world.
Mm-hmm.
And
Oh yeah, they're super spicy. Mm-hmm.
This sounds like a good challenge. Let us try.
They'll be like, that will be 1 copper piece.
I'm going to put down a copper and then coax this person into a duel with me.
They're like, all right. You're doing that with the shopkeeper, like with like the person in the stall?
Oh, the spice must flow.
This is genius because you're going to get to eat all the peppers you want because they're going to be able to take them all.
They're like, okay. And so they'll give you a little bit of the spice and they'll take a little bit of the spice. And it's like nothing. It's like basically like yeah, it's like cumin or like paprika or something. Like it's not spicy at all. They totally tried to sell you on something that was not that spicy.
You have lied to me! How dare you! I'm going to make a huge fit in this stall.
They come from the land of salt and pepper. What do you expect from them?
Roll to make a scene.
You call
Wilson, Mrs. Pepper.
season your ingredients?
Yes, with all of these lovely spices.
I am appalled. I cannot know who goes to such a shop like this if this is the spiciest that you've got.
And they will be like, if you don't enjoy our spices, then you can just leave. There's other people that you can bother.
Can I find another spice vendor?
Sure, we'll say there's one other spice vendor here.
Oh, God. Okay, this time, I'm pulling out the big guns. I'm going to, like, walk in, puff up my chest a little, like, make myself look big, and kind of growl at the person. I am here for your spiciest spices. Give them to me.
Roll an intimidation check.
I will pay good coin, but yeah. Please roll better. Obviously, insight was the wrong way to go. I just need to bully everyone.
Oh my god! So that's a 24. They are like, they are real nervous. And like you can see like their hand like shaking as they like grab like a scoop to like get you some of this spice. And like you can just tell from the layout of this spice like stall, they are a lot more serious about their spices. And it is a spicy spice. And so they're like, how much would you like?
How much can I get? Like I want as much as I can get.
I mean, if you want like all of it, you're probably be paying like a couple of gold pieces because they've got like a whole like container of like this spice basically.
I don't exactly know how potent it is. Kage, can I tell you what I intend to do with it?
Sure.
So I may or may not be putting this in the beer supply.
Oh god.
I'm not sure. Like, you're telling me this is potent, but like, as Clove, I don't know what sort of ratio I'm looking for. I feel like my character would have a better idea of sabotage.
I mean, depending on how much beer supply you're trying to do, like, I mean, I would say like, let's say like an eighth of a teaspoon would probably do good on like, I don't know, a couple of mugs or something like that. Like, you only need like a pinch per mug.
Okay.
So, look, so like a cup of this spice would go a long way.
Yes.
Okay, then in which case, I'll get like, I don't know, a cup serving size. Assume like a year's worth of supply for someone who's like really trying to hurt themselves.
Well, okay, well that much will be about 2 silver pieces.
Okay. Do I have money? Do we have money?
We did starting equipment, most of us, so we probably don't have money assigned to us.
Well, you get
Sometimes
money
your
from
background
background.
usually gets like 10 gold pieces or so.
how do I look for this?
It should be under your equipment.
Thank you.
And it'll be like on the top right, I think it is. I don't have D&D Beyond open right now.
Okay.
I have a background that gives it, and it didn't show up in my equipment, I think.
Okay, yeah, I have 50, so I'm spending 2 silver pieces.
Yep.
I have... Oh, crap. I do not. Okay, fixed it. I have now spent 2 silver pieces, and I've got
And a copper piece at the last one.
Oh yeah, thank you. This is 8, 7. This is 9. Perfect. Okay, and I now have what? How much of this?
Like a cup,
Okay.
which is plenty. It's pretty hot. Like if you just like dab like your pinky in and put it like on your tongue, you can kind of feel the tingle.
Okay. Okay. Awesome. All right. Pleasure doing business with you. And I'm going to like
When you walk away, they like audibly like release their breath because they were so scared.
Unclench.
Basically. Like they didn't realize they were holding their breath that whole time, but they certainly were.
Yeah, so it's in my pocket. I'm returning to the group. I am back. I needed to run an errand.
Awesome. Yeah. So as you walk back through the marketplace, again, more folks like chattering around, and you walk up through the town, and people are just like going in and out of different shops and things, and you join the group back up near the tavern. Y'all head in?
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. So just as soon as you walk inside the tavern, on the wall next to the door, there's the Hopstacle course sign-up sheet. It notes that there's a 5 gold piece entrance fee. So far, nobody has signed up, and there's an empty jar that sits below it. You presume that to collect the fee. Most of the folks that are coming into Baracus's bar is they just go in, they grab their beer, and they go back out. A lot of the entertainment is out in the marketplace and in the streets and at the different shops and things like that. But there are a few tables that are full of patrons, and one in particular, there's like a couple of tables that are pushed together, and there's folks talking loudly, and they appear to be some sort of Olga fan club, and they're excitedly chattering about how they've heard that Olga will be stopping by the tavern later that day to sign up for the Hopstacle course.
I definitely look to Jack. Right, yeah, because this is your opportunity to scope out the competition.
Right. As my manager, Aryeh, do you want to talk to this potential sponsor?
Yes, but as you said, you didn't want to sign up until you knew more.
That's true. That's true.
So I will just begin the inquiries while you find out more.
Okay, I can do that.
I'm going to like walk behind Jack as Jack goes anywhere. Jack has the cute presenting face up front, and then I'm just kind of hulking behind.
Bodyguard style.
Not so much bodyguard as like I will twist your neck for the fun of it kind of feel.
Cute.
Excuse me, pardon me. Excuse me, pardon me. Excuse me, pardon me.
Oh, one more just quick thing. But as you're about to head off, I think if this is cool, I think a standard thing that probably happens is me putting like a nice comforting hand on your shoulder for a moment, in which I cast resistance on you. You're right, this is like a standard, you go do good. And also now you're blessed. Resistance, as a reminder, it's a great cantrip, lasts for 1 minute. I do have to concentrate on it, but that doesn't mean no other spells. Once before it ends, you can roll a d4 and add the number to a saving throw of your choice, before or after the roll. Okay.
Jack is gonna probably like move towards the bar and kind of like maybe like be like, what's a normal drink that you get around here?
Oh, well, we have lots of beer.
Okay, whatever's the standard celebratory beer.
Oh, well, we have a couple of varieties. We have our house brew, and then we also have our regional brew. Do you have a preference?
Oh, yeah, the regional sounds delicious. Would you like that too? He turns around to, sorry, I'm still getting used to the other character names.
Nothea?
Yes.
Yeah.
Would you like one too?
Sure. I'm going to like look down at the small creature and be like, sure.
Okay, 2 please.
All right, so they'll sling a couple of beers across. 4 silver pieces for both of them.
Okay, Jack will put down 5 and give like. So we're new here. What's this hopscotch competition?
Oh, you mean the Hopstacle course? It happens every year at the Brewski Jubilee, and adventurers from across the land, they compete. It's sort of like a race, but with a variety of different skills involved.
Ooh, what kind of skills?
Well, it changes every year, but there's usually a little bit of combat, a little bit of sort of like puzzle solving, and a little bit of just kind of trying to figure out surroundings and make it across the finish line first.
Oh, wow. Combat, puzzle solving. I'm assuming obstacles?
Mm-hmm.
And like, I think the lute makes like its own dinging sound. Like, it kind of strums itself. Like, okay, I heard you, lute. Wow. And I heard about this Olga. Like, does she win every year?
Oh, she's won the last 8 years in a row.
How many years has she competed?
Well, she's been competing for a little bit longer than that. But you see, she's definitely has been. She didn't used to come by every year, but some time ago, she actually she lost her wife, and they used to compete together all the time. And now she competes every year in her wife's name.
Oh, now I'm sad.
Can I do an insight on that?
Mm-hmm.
Because I really don't want it to be true, so I'm being suspicious.
A 12. Yeah, I mean the bartender seems pretty genuine. Yeah.
And what's this? Like she's obliterated?
Oh, she drinks a lot.
Before, during, after?
Yes.
Oh, okay. Thanks.
Mm-hmm.
How many people normally sign up?
Well, you see, it used to be quite a few folks that would sign up, but with every year and every win that she gets, less and less folks are interested in competing against her. But she always encourages people to. You see, even prior to Emily leaving us, they were very competitive, and I will say that every year Olga tries to get people to compete against her. She just really enjoys the competition.
Why do people not want to do it? Because they just like feel like it's a foregone conclusion, and they don't want to just
they don't think they don't think they're gonna win.
Well, I mean, remember, kids, it's still fun to try something, even if you think you're not going to be good at it.
The bartender looks around you looking for kids. They're like, are there kids in here?
I respond behind, I am not a child.
Sorry, I'm practicing for my show. I'm an entertainer, and he pulls his lute around. Ding!
Oh, that's lovely.
Thank you. Are there like team things that happen? Because I've got some friends around, and I don't know if they'd want to sign up.
Oh, everyone signs up individually, but they're all welcome to sign up.
Oh, okay. This sounds a lot more fun than those games where people are super hungry and they have to go after each other. I didn't want to sign up for that one.
Oh, that sounds awful.
I know. Well, I mean, it's an ancient ritual. Never mind.
mishap.
They look a little
You
confused.
just let it
but-
say things. This Olga sounds pretty great.
Oh, everybody loves her. On the course, she's definitely a very fierce competitor, but when she comes into the bar, she's always seems very, very friendly, and people seem to really love her.
Ooh, that sounds like a really good person that I'd want to interview on my hypothetical show. Mad loot time? Anyways.
Looney Tunes.
Ooh, Looney Tunes, I love it.
Oh my God.
Did you shout from across the bar? Were you listening?
I'm always listening in. You've got to watch out for Jack.
Oh, that's awesome.
All right.
So
Yeah, that's pretty much what Jack's up to.
What's her best, skill set? What's her strongest competition?
Well, she's pretty athletic, and well, it is a drinking competition, and she can hold her beer pretty well.
And what's her sort of, weak spot?
That's a really good question. She's just won so many years in a row, it's hard to even think of what that would be.
Ooh. Would she be mad at people beating her?
Well, obviously it hasn't happened in a while, but she seems like a good sport. She's always telling people that they should compete against her. I can't imagine that she would be an upset loser if she told them to compete.
She sounds pretty decent. Could be fun.
Okay. When Aryeh gets back, I will tell him we should sign up and he should get me that sponsorship deal. Always wanted a sponsor.
Oh. Is it the bartender look like they're the owner or just someone at the bar?
No, they just look like there's someone at the bar.
Yeah. Can I kind of look around and see if I can tell who's running the place?
Yeah, you can take a peek. Want to roll perception?
Yeah. Perception. This should be fun.
10. Yeah, so with a 10, you can see that there's a couple of folks behind the bar and one person that's going between the tables in the bar. You don't see anybody that looks like, maybe there's like a manager there, but they don't look like the bar owner.
Mm-hmm. So keep an eye out and keep an ear out.
I'm pretty sure that's what Aryeh is up to.
I'm going to lean down to the little one in front of me. Remind me your name?
Jack.
Jack, thank you. I'm gonna lean down to Jack and not like whisper to be like secretive, but just say it in a low voice because like it doesn't need to be heard terribly loudly. Just like perhaps she competes for the memory of her lost wife. Maybe she just needs to find someone new and she won't be as intense.
Interesting. I don't know what to do with that information.
I didn't know we had a therapist in the group.
You're saying she might need to find...
We have to take the wisdom we can get.
Look, I'm an archaeologist, not an anthropologist.
But Nothea,
anthropologist to you?
who could possibly be big enough and strong enough and striking enough and mighty enough to win the love of this champion?
I'm glad you were thinking where I was. I do also have a secondary goal now.
No. Don't you start that strumming again.
Can you feel the love tonight?
We're gonna get hit with a DMCA.
We are not playing this game again. I will not sing.
You don't have to sing.
This is not going to be one of your pish-posh fairy tales.
You can see like the bartender like tap their finger on the bar to like the tune, like kind of like not super noticeably, but they're doing it.
They're into it.
So yeah, while this is happening, I'm going in search of the owner, the potential sponsor. Just like I'll ask, the people waiting tables and such. Does it seem like there's any path to that?
Yeah, so if you go up to somebody who's working there, the staff will tell you that the owner is actually currently out, but he's expected to be back later in the evening.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I'll ask them if they see him first to let him know, right, that I'm interested in discussing the Hopstacle course with him.
Yeah, you'll be if you stop by later tonight, you'll be looking for a tiefling, and he always wears he's got a plaid flat cap that he tends to wear. So that'll be who you're looking for.
Very nice.
It's rude to ask.
Need your holes cut out.
Exactly what I was just saying.
It rests like on the horns.
Oh, no.
Right.
Obviously.
I lean down to Jack and I'm trying to encourage them in a new direction. You've always wanted a show. This could be your first shot at it, right?
Yes, I'm gonna get a sponsor.
Exactly. So you can find this Olga woman, someone to date, and help her move on in her feelings. And it is not going to be me. So right now, if you want, you can go look for people outside.
But according to Rennie, it's supposed to be you.
Rennie is wrong.
I said nothing out loud.
You were making hieroglyphic shapes that pretty much said.
That's just
Anyway.
stuff. Don't worry about that.
Can I roll intimidate on Rennie? With like a
Sure, roll like a intimidation versus what would that be?
We'll save probably.
Yeah,
Charisma?
yeah, wisdom.
Wisdom save.
Oh
Yeah.
Shit.
What?
Oh my god.
It's on that 20.
So that's a nat 20 for Nothea against Rennie's 9. So what does that look
Rennie's
like?
ears go flat.
What does that look like? I feel like this happens pretty frequently.
Rennie's hard to tone down, so probably not that frequently. But I'm just imagining the ears back and flat and
I would imagine it
sulking
happens
a little.
frequently, just doesn't last long, usually.
Yeah, I intended it as a silencing glare, and I think it had the exact effect I was looking for.
It's like your cat when you yell at them and like the ears go back, but within like 5 minutes they're zooming around the house again.
tail goes like straight down.
Yeah.
Drags on the floor.
Awesome.
Fine.
I
Maybe
am the cat herder here, apparently.
I think my loot deactivated for a couple seconds.
fine. Oh, bartender, where is the Hopstacle course set up? Is it out there where the tents are all set up, or?
Oh, it's actually it's south of town, and tomorrow morning there will be a caravan that sets up, and everybody will head out towards the course.
Oh, so we can't go check it out very easily.
No, it would take you a little while to get there, especially if you don't have means to get there without being on foot.
Well,
It's like mid-afternoon right now, so if you went down to there with only like a mule to carry y'all, you'd pretty much get there by like nightfall, and then by the time you got back to the town, people would be coming back around to like go there again.
Well, I think it would be fun to compete, but I don't think we should sign up. I say to the group, not so much the bartender. I don't think we should sign up until we've talked to the owner of this tavern.
Yep.
Oh yeah, you got to make sure the sponsor agrees to it before you enter the competition.
I'm also not very big, so I don't particularly want to pregame.
If the bartender if the bartender hears you say something about sponsorship, they'll be like, shh, 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 shh.
I come over. Wait. Does that mean you know something about the rumors?
I mean, they're true, but you shouldn't be shouting out about them like that.
Well, how do we talk to them?
Oh, you
About the sponsorship.
He'll be in later tonight. You can talk to him then.
All right.
All right, thank you.
We are singing the quiet song. The quiet song.
Nothea has no inside voice.
I'm plugging my ears and just kind of collecting out of the tavern.
All right, so at this point, you know that both the tavern keeper and Olga won't be in until later in the evening. How would you all like to pass the time? You have a few hours yet before nightfall.
I don't want to ask in case the bartender is offended, but we need to find out where the best food in town is. The perhaps some sausages.
I just bought some fantastic stuff from a spice vendor. Why don't we ask them? They were very helpful.
Wait, why are we looking for food?
It's almost dinner time.
Why
Oh, that's
aren't we
right.
looking for food?
I'm hungry. Why are you looking?
So the bar does serve some food. You would have also passed by like some places within the town that you could smell like food, the smell of food wafting out of it. But also at the marketplace. I mean, if you think about like other like fair style type things, there are like stands where maybe there's one that's like smoking meat, and like another one has like a bunch of different like vegetables and things at it, and there's like one that's like making like whatever they're making hero sandwiches. Heroes of the Four World sandwiches.
Oh my god.
I think we should go try one of everything.
Do you guys have mozzarella sticks?
Mozzarella sticks?
Yeah, you take cheese and you fry it. Well, first you bread it and then you fry it. And then
batter
that's
it.
interesting. We don't currently have that on the menu now.
Do you know anybody serving cheese, fried or non-cheese? Or non-fried?
Probably out in the marketplace. There's usually at least one cheese vendor out there.
Cheese.
I could murder a sausage and some cheese.
How about someone selling a whole roast pig?
I could murder a whole roast pig.
I mean, I'm sure there's places that are selling like pork and stuff, but I don't know that there'd be any that would be selling like the entire pig in one go.
Maybe we need an extra large charcuterie tray.
So where would you all like to search? Do you want to stay in the bar and eat, find a shop that has some food at it, or do you want to go to the marketplace to find some stalls with food and kind of put together your meal?
Yeah, I mean, Jack's like, I want cheese. I'm in a festive mood.
I too am feeling festive. Let's go to the marketplace and eat everything.
Eat everything.
Oh,
Is everybody else joining?
yeah.
Oh yeah, I generally just go wherever Jack's going.
Just kind of
Jack claimed it's the other way around, and you can think about that.
Awesome. Yeah, so you can head down to the marketplace, and it's gotten a little bit busier as the day passes a little bit more. But you can find there's like a stand that has like they have like breads and like cured meats and cheeses at it. There's like another one nearby that has like different like pickled things at it. There's like another one that has kind of more of like the hot meat stuff. So they have like they're like magically keeping like these pots of like stews and things like that warm out at their stand.
Rennie would be looking for if there's anywhere they're giving out free samples, because Rennie is a fox.
Yeah, so there's probably like one place that's doing like roasted nuts, and they just have like a little like wooden bowl that has like some like nuts in it that you can like taste test like the different spice nuts that they have. And the place that has the cured meats and the cheeses, they have like the little cheese cubes with like the little skewers in them out on their stands.
Yeah. Rennie would try a little bit of most of the cheeses.
Yeah, so they have like 3 or 4 different kinds, but they will make sure that they limit you to one free sample.
But which one's best?
No, like they'll let you have one of each.
Oh yeah,
but
yeah,
like
yeah.
they won't let you like just take a tray of cheese because they obviously want to make a sale.
Yeah, so Rennie tries one of each of the kinds of cheese.
So of the 4 cheeses that you try, which one is Rennie's favorite?
Rennie, there's one that is a really almost crumbly cheddar, and it's got some sort of dried meat in it,
Ooh, yeah.
little speckles. And Rennie appreciates that the most. It's really salty and meaty.
My mouth is watering.
Almost bacon.
Yeah, that's really good. How much for a wheel?
How much for a whole wheel? They'll say 8 silver pieces for a whole wheel. It's like a sizable wheel.
Yes! Oh my god, it's bigger than my head.
Hey, what did I tell you about that?
Split it with Rennie so I don't get his tummy ache?
That's a reasonable interpretation, yes.
All right, so you'll take the wheel and hand over the 8 silver pieces?
Yeah, are you gonna split it with me, Rennie?
How big are these wheels?
I don't know. A few inches, 5 inches across. I don't know.
Oh, I think I need my own. I'll get my own wheel.
I thought, well, we're gonna get meat with it too, aren't we? And maybe some bread.
Oh, I suppose. I guess if we run out, I could get more.
They offer like a single serving spread of them for 3 silver pieces. So you can get like bread, cured meat, and like cheese for 3 silver pieces.
Okay,
it's
but like
all like it's like a little like cheese and cracker tray basically, but with bread, cheese, and meat.
This would be nice to warm up our appetites before we find everything else that we're going to eat.
Okay, I'll buy one of those, and I'll buy a wheel of cheese too for later. Cheese keeps real well. Whoop.
All right, so that'll be a total of a gold piece and a silver piece then.
Tucker, this character is not very different from Nico.
Just eats all the food. Okay, fine.
I'm pretty sure Nico was stuffing cheese in his face.
Yeah, like in like the first episode.
Yeah.
Do you want to know a secret? I really like cheese, okay? I'm married to a vegan. I really, really just need opportunities to eat cheese.
Even if just in thought.
So we're gonna need some sausages to go with this. Maybe some local beer. What else is? Oh, you'll know. I asked the vendor that we're happen to be at. What's traditional here for this season? What's the regional seasonal specialty? Yeah.
Well, beer, of course.
Well, yeah.
But I mean, pretty much anything that has grain and cereals in it, like it's a very harvest season. And like I mean, they like kind of like point out like all of their like fresh breads that they have out in front of their stall.
But we got some of that with our.
Yeah, you got some of that with like the tray.
Is there
Onward to nuts.
You want to?
Rennie would go over to the other place that he saw free samples, which is the nut vendor, and have a very difficult time eating nuts because of not having grinding teeth, being a fox. I can imagine like picking up individual nuts and just trying to.
Yeah.
Do you guys have a mortar and pestle or something, or like a hammer?
Ooh, I don't suppose this tastes like. I don't suppose you do these all ground up in some sort of a paste or butter.
The person who's behind the counter looks like they could also be like the adventuring type, and they like reach behind them and they have sort of like a small like war hammer, and they just like how's that?
He's in his hand. It's pretty tasty. I'm not sure this is the way to deliver them, though. Have you considered grinding them up into some sort of an oily paste?
No.
I feel like I'd really appreciate that. He tries one of each of the samples to see which ones seem like they might be softest of these nuts.
All right, yeah. So there's one that works pretty well for you. What sample did you find?
It is a honey almond. It's a sweet
Oh, nice.
nut. He has a real hard time eating it, so like there's a lot more nut dust than there is consumed nut. Says, I have a brilliant idea. I would like 1 pound of these honey almonds here. Ooh, actually, do you do this in a cashew?
And they've got like a couple of it's like a grid, right? So they've got like each row is like a different kind of nut, and then like each column is like a different kind of spice. So there's like 3 or 4 different types of nuts there, and then like 3 or 4 different types of spices that they put on them. But just you can judge by like how they've been serving them that they just have like 1 serving size. They just like scoop it and put it into like a little pouch.
How big a pouch?
Like it's like you can get like yeah.
I will take
softball sized.
I'll take a pouch of the honey almonds and a pouch of the honey cashews.
That'll be 1 silver piece.
He hands over the 1 gold coin that he has. Can you break this?
And he like hands you your change back and the 2 pouches of nuts. You're kind of like, why are you even serving people at a fair like this? Like, he clearly does not care for people. And while y'all, for those of you that are not at the, directly at the stalls, if you want to give me a perception check.
Okay.
Sure.
Perception.
Sorry, folks, I dropped for a second, but
The
notice a thing.
are giving a perception check. 14 for me, 16 for Aryeh.
Okay, so Aryeh and Nothea, you hear from a group of people that are talking kind of near one of the next stands. There's a group of folks that are chatting, and one of them says that they've heard that there's a noble from the region that wants to sponsor adventures to win the Hopstacle course in their name. And that noble is the head of one of the local merchant guilds, and they think that they'll see them walking around the marketplace later that evening.
Huh. I think I like make eye contact with you to make sure that you heard what I heard, and that's all I need to do.
So I'm going to go over to the people who are talking and ask in my normal yet somehow still intimidating way. Who's the noble?
They look surprised, both because of like your stature and your like naturally intimidating way, but they also thought that they were talking this like in like a hushed tone. So like they're like, oh, well, they're a halfling named Kip Hagglestone, and they should be here later tonight. They are pretty recognizable because they come in a carriage that's like bright blue and yellow, and their clothing usually matches, and they like look over to like the person next to them. They're like, and they have, and they're like snapping, like trying to remember, like they're like, they have like that family shield, right? And the person next to them is like, oh yeah, their like family crest is like this sun coming over the top of some waves, and so that's kind of like where like the blue and the yellow all kind of ties in.
Thank you.
Yep. And they kind of like try to see if they can exit the conversation because they're like, well, that was weird. Somebody just like barging on into our conversation.
Aryeh, you got that all down, right?
Did they say? What did they say?
We're still getting food at the stalls.
Oh, I see them all. Okay, sorry, I missed that.
Soon we'll pull information.
Aryeh can pull information. I will just be me.
Cool.
I still wanna find out more about Olga, if I can like dig up some information on her. I want to know what I'm going up against. People didn't know of any weaknesses. I also want to know why she drinks so much, or like how she drinks so much.
Mm-hmm.
Or also what she looks like, so if I see her, I would recognize her.
So you're gonna just kind of like ask around to like merchants or something?
Probably, yeah, merchants probably make the most sense. because they're forced to actually listen to me as opposed to random people who might run away, and then I have to challenge them to a duel.
There's a couple of merchants who are like, well, this is actually, like, there's like one that they're like, this is my first time here, and they're like not helpful because they don't know anything about Olga. And then there's like another one who pretty much tells you everything that the bartender told you because they are pretty new. But you do come across one merchant who's been here for several years, and they'll let you know that she's just like real swole and beefy, and that's kind of like, she just has a high constitution. She is a tall red dragonborn, and she's oftentimes seen wearing her armor, shield, and wielding a spear. Even if she's like just casually walking through, she doesn't like seem like she's gonna use them. It's just like her signature like look, basically. She is an adventurer on the side, so it's not like weird that she would have stuff.
Like, adventurer second?
Well, like, she's mostly like an adventurer, but like obviously she'll take the time off to be at this. And they'll confirm a lot of the things other people are saying. People seem to really enjoy her company, and like, she just seems like really nice. But yeah, that's mostly what you'll kind of find out about her. Yeah, she's just built up a tolerance to alcohol, and she just is a big old beefy dragonborn. So it is starting to get a little bit later in the day. It's almost nightfall. Is there anything else y'all would like to do?
If I can find some smoked meat somewhere, I'll probably get that for dinner.
Yeah, so there'll be there's definitely a couple of stalls that have various meats. There's people that are coming in from different areas, so they're like, obviously not, pork isn't available everywhere. So there's like one that's like kind of selling. They're usually like meats local to them, right? So there's one that's selling like pork, and then there's another one that has like, just like wild game, and then there's some places that are doing more like stews and stuff, but they're like mushroom based, and they don't have any meat in them.
What's the weather like?
It's being like the harvest time, it's sort of like a fall type weather. It's not like hot, but it's the sun is out, clouds are out, it's slightly breezy. It doesn't look like it's gonna rain or anything. It's just kind of like a nice afternoon/evening time.
I'll grab the wild game one because that's most homey to me.
So there's a stall. They have like a wild game pie that comes with like roasted carrots and potatoes, and then they also have the option of having like a venison stew.
Wild game pie is probably more up Nothea's alley.
Awesome. So they'll serve up the game pie. That will be 4 silver pieces, please.
Yeah, I'll pay it.
Cool.
Oh, and I realized that I go back to the temple because I just remembered what Greek sacrifices are like, and 2, what taking part in the sacrifices means, i.e. the gods eat the fumes, and then the priests eat, the lowly remains. So presumably goat?
Ox, maybe?
Maybe ox.
Yeah.
You're trying to get in on some sacrifice dinner?
I'm helping. I'm one of the priests of Apollo.
Nice. Yeah, so you're scoring a free meal tonight.
Stuff. Yes.
So awesome.
Can Rennie find maybe like a rotisserie rabbit?
Yeah, there's like some small game for sure.
Nice. So,
do you have anything to grind up those cashews you bought?
I have to get a mortar and pestle and maybe some sort of oil.
Probably a jar.
And a jar.
Ooh, wait.
Well, it comes in like a little pouch, so you could just put it probably back into like the pouch, maybe. Or you could do like if y'all have ever like broken up like I've made this stuff with like Oreos or whatever. You just like stick them in a bag and you just smash them, and then there you are. They're in a bag and they're all smashed up.
They're a little harder than Oreos. But hang on though, hang on. What if we bought a whole bunch of bacon and used the bacon grease as our oil?
I was going for more of a sweet than savory.
But it can be sweet and savory.
I'm willing to try it.
I have baklava hummus in the refrigerator over there.
Yeah.
If you want to do an extreme sweet and savory.
I can worry about that later. This is more of a long-term experiment. I've got my rabbit. I've got the bacon cheese. I'm stealing basically off of your charcuterie board, so Rennie's happy.
And they'll charge you 2 silver pieces for the rabbit.
All right, still good. So Rennie will spend 2 more silver pieces and be enjoying some delicious rabbit.
Awesome. So y'all are all filled up.
Rabbit is their favorite food except for forbidden chicken.
You could have bought a chicken.
Wouldn't be forbidden.
Right, yeah, there's a key qualifier.
All right, so you have now had a chance to walk around the marketplace, set up a camping spot. You've visited the tavern and walked through the town. And the sun is beginning to set and night falls upon the town. Lanterns are lit ablaze throughout the cobblestone streets and the marketplace. The aroma of food wafts from open windows and merchant stalls. The sound of cheering arises from the main entrance of the town. If y'all are still in the marketplace, you're pretty close to that. And a caravan of travelers is just arriving. So you can see that it's clear that like folks come from like further away towns, and then like as they get closer, like people kind of join like basically like this parade of like carriages and horse-drawn wagons and people on foot and stuff like that, and they're making their way to this town.
Any signs of a livery with blue and gold?
Yeah, so you'll see tons of travelers coming in, and the caravan starts to disperse into the crowds. And you can very easily spot this caravan as it is more brightly colored than many of the other ones.
That's the one that
yes.
We recognize, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and to be clear, right, after dealing with helping out with some sacrifices, I would bid my fellow priests adieu and come back to find Jack and the others. And yes, relay what we've learned.
Perfect.
So, can I do a history check to learn about the crest and the family and everything?
Sure. Go ahead and give me a history check.
All right. And roll.
Yeah, so you'll know that that this crest is from like a local noble family, and you're not able to like discern like a whole lot about like their culture or anything like that, but you know that they're like they come from like only a little far, like they're not like from super far away. They're from this general region.
What exactly was the family name again?
Hagglestone.
Hagglestone.
Mm-hmm.
Hagglestone?
Kip Hagglestone.
Yeah.
Now, are there any rules that says we can't look at the obstacle course beforehand, or is it just we weren't close enough to look at it because it's pretty far away?
Yeah, it's pretty far away, and y'all don't have like a specific direction as to where. You just know it's south of town, so you don't really know where it is.
Do we know how many miles?
Well, I mean, you can see that fields go for some ways, and then interrupting sort of the horizon, there's like a rocky, like kind of hillside area with some like trees and stuff. You can kind of assume that it's probably there, but it's quite a distance. And now that it's like nightfall, by the time that you all get there, it'll be like really late at night, early morning.
Right, but is it like more than a mile? Just curious.
I would say it's probably more than a mile to get there.
Okay, because I would like at some point to get within a mile range and cast clairvoyance.
Oh. Oh, so as we're proceeding with everyone in town, we won't look suspicious. We'll just seem like we're proceeding, but when we get close enough, you can catch a view before everyone else does.
Well, I mean, like, if we can get in range, like, tonight, like, if I can be within a mile of it, I can cast clairvoyance and kind of see what's over there.
Yeah, so you could probably get within a mile of it, but to do so, you would probably miss out on a significant amount of sleep, and I would say you'd probably start the morning with
Really
like a level. Yeah, you'd be really tired.
Ah, darn it.
Well,
oh well.
Good thinking.
Did the other two? Do you relay to us that there's another potential sponsor?
Yeah,
I mean,
think they
yes,
said
right?
they did.
Because definitely, yeah, we definitely brought up the Hagglestone, and we'd already talked about the.
Yeah.
And I forget why are we being all hushed up about people wanting to be
Nobody
sponsors?
will tell us because they're being hush about it.
Okay.
I think it's because there's some business interests or other interests involved where people think that if a different person won, it would advantage them in some way, but they don't want to be publicly seen to be influencing against a popular local figure. But the question I have is, are they, and I'm not sure what we would do with this, but I'm just saying, is each of them willing to sponsor one person or several?
Ooh, that's smart. That's smart.
Among the questions.
Maybe we each get a sponsor, or maybe we all get several sponsors.
I really need that 5 gold piece entrance fee. No.
But several times.
You can enter twice.
No, we enter once, get paid twice.
Oh, okay.
I feel like I cannot condone this.
Oh, come on. You'll be fine.
All right, so what do y'all do?
Did you hear what these
Apollo as tithe.
What was that?
I said give it to Apollo as tithe.
There you go.
Lux Gold.
Ian, what were you going to say?
No.
Did you hear whether this Hagglestone is sponsoring one person or one
Was
group?
not clear.
Okay.
We
should go
didn't
talk to
learn
them.
very much.
We should go talk to them before their cart gets further into town.
Yeah, I'm just gonna. This is not actually happened, but imagine if I just went up and like tackled the cart, just kind of lifted it off its hinges. You're like, you're coming with us.
We took a full-on carriage.
there.
Like this is both like their carriage and like think like food truck style. Like they just like open up like the side of the carriage and all their goods are in there. So it's like it's a decently sized vehicle.
I'll eat their horse. Like they won't be going.
Oh no.
We're making friends.
Cage, we were asking you a couple of questions in
Yeah,
Roll 20.
I'm reading that right now.
Okay.
Oh.
Why are we like this?
Because you and I and Ian are like really think too much.
Well, some of us are playing tricksters.
So if y'all like really want to spend the rest of your time doing this, anyone that would try and do this clairvoyance piece to find information would not have time to also get sponsorship. So if you want to miss out on that opportunity, you could potentially do that, but you would definitely miss out because by the time that y'all would get back, everybody would probably be asleep.
Yeah,
so you would definitely miss that.
Yeah.
And
no, I meant like if we waited till afterwards, like a good time, like would we, if we were fast, like if we had the fly speed of 70, would get us in a mile range and back in time
To get to bed. Sounds like Cage is saying it's still one or the other.
Now what if somebody casted haste on Jack, and then we could definitely pull this off.
I knew I should have prepared better spells.
I mean, if y'all were really like hard pressed to do this, like get within a mile and do clairvoyance, y'all could probably do it, but that would be like the only thing that you do tonight, and you would not probably get a lot of sleep before the morning because they come by early in the morning to come and get y'all.
Yeah.
So you could do it, but there would be consequences.
Right.
We don't want to miss signing up. Plus, if you got caught, you could be considered cheating.
We
But
were
if you
told,
sponsor it up your profile.
but we were told that it's not wrong to go check it out. It's just we don't have enough time to check it out. I was just hoping to like shorten the time with a huge combination of spells, which we don't have.
Is there any way we can like ask for sponsorship for two more people? Do you think that's possible, or say we're here on the behalf of?
Well, you have to go up and talk to the people offering sponsors.
Let's start with one and see what happens. Let's talk to these halflings now before we lose them.
I was just saying in chat too that if y'all wanted to take a break, we could do a break right now. But this would there's another potential opportunity to take a break coming up.
Probably when we go to bed.
Yeah. Do folks need a break?
I'm happy either way. I'm happy either way.
I've got to step away. I need to hit the restroom.
Okay.
But if you keep going and assume I do my normal intimidating thing,
Okay.
or like just hulk around behind Jack in the background, that's perfect.
Okay. Cool. All right, so y'all are gonna go up to the carriage then?
That seems appropriate. Yep.
All right. So as you approach the carriage, it has departed from like the main caravan and has found its place to kind of like stop. And Kip is sort of setting up some different things, and there are folks that are talking with them. You can tell that they're pretty well known. I mean, they are. You've learned already that they are like the noble that is like in the lead of. The head of like a merchant guild nearby. So of course, with all the merchants nearby, they're well known within that area. But there's like a point then where, they're all kind of chuckling and laughing, and Kip waves and they kind of like head out. And now they're just kind of left there with their carriage setting up some of their stuff.
Did we figure out did we like overhear, or maybe just from what Jack knew, the appropriate term of address for them? Is it Lord?
I don't know. I never really thought about that. You would not have heard them say anything. People would have just said, "Oh yeah, their name is Kip Hagglestone," and yeah. So that they seem pretty. Maybe they're kind of casual and don't really like to be like high and mighty about their titles.
Halflings may have different.
Yeah. There you go.
Standards.
So you see before you.
Okay.
Messing around with this carriage is a halfling who's about 3 feet tall, and they have brown skin, short black curls, and hazel eyes. And just as the folks in the marketplace had mentioned, they're wearing tabards that are blue and gold, and you can see the imagery of the sun cresting over the waves. And just from the conversation that they were having with the folks that were there before and the way that they're kind of setting up shop, you can just see that they have like a very like bubbly, charismatic personality, and they're kind of like humming to themselves as they like set up their carriage.
Ooh, can I I'm gonna start strumming to the tune of whatever they're humming.
And they have their back turned to you, but like they pause as soon as they hear the strumming, and they like whip around really fast, and they're like, "Oh my dear, my gracious! Oh, that strumming, it's beautiful."
Oh, thanks. I just like to strum to the things that I hear. Hi, I'm Jack, and this is Aryeh, and this is Nothea, and this is Rennie.
Oh, hello. Welcome to the Brewski Jubilee weekend. What a lovely weather we're having, and I'm so glad to have finally made it here. This is one of my favorite times of the year.
What are you setting up? What are your wares?
Oh, yes. We have a variety of different items here, and you'll see that it's kind of like some different like potion bottles, and it's kind of like almost like apothecary kind of style types of things.
Interesting. Do you buy potions and things? We're looking to raise the funds to enter into the Hopstacle course.
Oh yes, the Hopstacle course. That is and you all look like you are some brave adventurers. Yes, and what excellent competition. Olga, she's a tough competition herself, and it'll be nice to see some folks competing up against her.
I've heard there's been trouble getting competitors for her. It would be kind of a sad competition if there were no competitors.
Oh yes, I do hope some folks will sign up, and But at this time, I'm not purchasing any wares. I have just brought the stock that I have, and that is what I will be selling.
Well, that's too bad. I just don't have 5 gold right now.
Oh, that is a shame. Shame.
Didn't work. Do I get a read on this person at all?
I'll definitely can I roll insight trying to figure out
go for it.
the
Roll
right
insight.
angle would be here?
With a 9 for insight from Rennie, you just get that they are like a merchant and they're trying to sell their stuff. However, Aryeh with a 24, because the folks within the marketplace that you talked to were kind of a little bit hush about it, you would kind of discern that this is not something that Kip is going to talk about freely without somebody else have like noting that this is something that exists. Because they don't want, with Olga being like so loved and stuff, they don't want people to know that they are actively trying to find people to compete against her.
Is there, just to understand the layout here, so like the carts and things they showed up in, does it seem like there's one, like, is there at least one that people could go into? So I could be like, oh, I would love to look at, pick something out up close. Could we maybe go into your office and discuss it? Like, can I use that as a pretense?
There aren't any folks that are directly within the range, especially since there are like 4 of you and one of y'all is like a Goliath. You don't leave a lot of room for other people to be coming around this carriage right now.
Ooh, I gotcha. Jack will just start performing and distracting people and making enough noise so that you could have a private conversation.
There you go. Yeah, so it's not, you're out in the public, but it doesn't seem like there's like a lot of people that are trying to like listen into. I mean, everybody's like slinging wares, right? Like people aren't like, ooh, what are they talking about? Because they're just like, oh, they're dealing potions.
Right. Jack will press the station a sign that says, is playing for samples of snacks.
We'll play for snacks. Nice.
Yep. Sure. Then I'll like lean in conspiratorially for a moment, right? To be like, what I think my friend here is saying, and especially also the illustrious Jack over there, is we'd be interested if you've heard of anyone who might be doing a kind of sponsorship. And then I'll like immediately back up to not look suspicious anymore. Right, and just kind of be looking at the potions, but obviously we can hear each other.
Yes, and Kip will kind of like look around, and then we'll like lean in and like point at like one of the potions, but not actually talk about it at all, right? So like, kind of keeping up the facade. Yes. So I will be willing to sponsor any adventurers 5 gold piece entrance fee. In exchange, I would like that winning title and the half-price pint amulet. However, I will also offer the winner 75 gold pieces.
Wow.
Please keep in mind, however, that you will be competing under the Hagglestone name, and if you are to lose, my fellow merchants in my guild will not be pleased.
What does that mean?
The last time somebody took up an offer like this, they had quite a hefty upcharge on goods in the area.
So it's important to you that if you sponsor someone and it's known publicly that they definitely win, is what you're saying.
Indeed.
I see. 75 for the winner?
Indeed.
Problems for the loser? I wonder if we should.
I'll
sort of lean over to Aryeh. What do you think?
I think we need more information. We'll Jack here has a small performance that we'll need to get to. Could we find you again and seal this a little bit later in the night?
Yes. I'll be here for a little while trying to sell some of these potions. But if you're too late in the evening, of Of course, I need my beauty rest as well, so be sure to be quick, but I will be here for quite a little while here.
Would using potions to compete in the Hopstacle course be considered inappropriate?
Oh, well, from what I've seen from the course in the past, bolstering oneself usually isn't against the rules. However, attacking or harming another participant would be very much against the rules.
I don't suppose you have anything here that would help with one's gastrointestinal fortitude in the face of inebriating substances and liquids?
And they kind of like tinkle across like their vials and yes, I believe this would yes, I think this one might do for 50 gold pieces.
What does it do exactly?
Mechanically, it'll give you advantage on Constitution saves for up to a minute.
Oh, by the way, did we consider inebriation the same as poison?
Are you saying that in terms of like whether or not you would get like advantage on like con saves or something like that, like or how?
Yeah, because I have protection from poison, and it gives me advantage on saving throws against being poisoned.
So that was something that I think I asked like earlier in the Discord server about whether that was something that you all wanted to have come into play, or whether the alternative would be that because this is something that has been going on for so long, they have created like beverages that would go against stuff like that.
Okay, I mean,
so it's whatever y'all want it to be. Like, if you built your character based on the ability to be able to hold alcohol, and that is like a feature, like I don't want to take that away from you, but like, it's up to y'all.
It's not a feature. It's just my loot can protect me from poison, and I was like, ooh, I'm trying to be clever, but I'm totally cool with it not working.
All right, yeah.
Do you have 2 of these potions?
I believe I only have one with me today. Unfortunately.
Well, Rennie takes a little knife and cuts a patch off of their very colorful cloak, and if you look, the patch looks like a bag, perhaps a money bag. And as it starts to come off, it starts to jingle, and by the time it's on the table, it is a bag of gold.
I love that item. It's like my favorite.
Ed says, "Well, opens it up and counts out 50 gold.
Awesome, yeah.
I'll take one.
So they will hand that vial over.
And that's one of my patches gone.
Nice.
Well played.
Wow, Ian, did you say 50 gold?
It was a bag of 100 gold.
Wow.
That's one of the features of my magical item is that it.
That cloak is really. I feel like it's like really OP. I love that cloak.
But it's like silly too. So, yeah.
There's some stuff that is like I will never use this, but you just never know. That's like one of those items where you're like, this might come in handy in some way I really don't expect.
Yeah, I was rolling up earlier. You get a bunch of stuff that's built in. It's like very like common, useful stuff that you'd probably have anyways, and then you get to roll dice for a bunch of other stuff.
I love it.
Well, tucks the potion away.
And did you get down what it does?
What's that?
Did you get down what it does?
It's 1 minute of advantage.
1 minute of advantage on con saves.
Yep. Got it.
Cool.
I suppose we should keep up our appointment at the tavern.
So y'all head back up to the tavern then?
Yes. We'll see you again. Yep. It's just hopefully where we can all learn about the multiple things.
And do we know that they're the only 2 potential sponsors in town, or I mean, it sounds like everyone's a little hush hush about it, so I don't know.
Yeah, they're the only ones we've found.
Yep. But maybe the tavern tonight is the place to. Yeah, we could verbally hem and haw about whether we have enough gold to join. I found that sometimes works.
All right, so y'all head up to the tavern then?
Yeah.
Awesome. So when you arrive at the tavern, it's noticeably busier since your last visit, as the caravan has to kind of disperse throughout the town. Folks are partaking in all sorts of different shops and things, the tavern included. There is like they've built kind of like a stage in the corner, and there's already like a bardic troupe playing some music over there. And the tables are quite full. And you will notice too that at where the Olga fan club was, there's now a red dragonborn sitting at the table. And you will also notice that the sign-up sheet now has Olga's name on it, and there are 5 gold pieces set into the jar.
All right, I'll go looking for the owner as promised.
Yeah, so if you go up to the bar, you will definitely see the person as described by one of the employees of Baracus's bar. And they are quite busy filling drink orders as their staff they're doing basically like a dance behind the bar, right? Because they're, trying to not get in each other's ways and trying to fill all the orders. Are you going to try and get his attention?
Yeah.
So as anybody who has ever been in a busy bar will know, it is very difficult to get somebody's attention from behind the bar. So can you roll me a persuasion check?
Can I maybe help that by doing a quick little thaumaturgy to make my voice louder? Like, not, obnoxiously louder.
Sure, give yourself advantage with that.
Cool, okay. That lasts for 1 minute. So I think I can modulate it if I want to. I'm doing, a persuasion check?
Correct. Yeah. To see if you can persuade him to take a moment. Oh, yeah, that'll work. So a 19 rolled there will definitely get Baracus's attention. And he'll stop by and be like, oh, what can I get you?
So I'll kind of start, as the TM goes, oh, I was looking at, and then once I get close to him, I hear rumors of a sponsorship for my friend over there, pointing to Jack.
The mighty.
Yeah. So he'll take a pause and he'll pull out a rag, like he's wiping down the bar table. So he looks busy as he's sitting there talking with you. Yep. And he goes, yes, I've been losing a little bit of profits in this last year. So I will be happy to sponsor any adventurer's 5 gold piece entrance fee. And as long as Olga is unseated as the reigning champion, I'll offer up 25 gold pieces.
That's very generous. You wouldn't, of course, want anyone to know that you were involved in this.
Of course not. That would make it look like I'm rigging the game, wouldn't it?
Very, very much, yes. Excellent. I'll just want to make sure that Jack isn't getting cold feet or anything. If I come back, why don't I? If I try to order I'll look around for something they definitely don't have, right? An elven ale. Then we'll know we should talk more.
Sounds excellent.
All right.
And he'll quickly go back to serving up more drinks.
Yep. All right. So.
Actually, there was something I wanted to say to him, preferably before he left.
Okay.
Oh yeah. If you're
Yeah, if you're there, you can join in.
Are there any catches?
I no. He's confused by. He's I don't think so.
Sign me up.
And he will as he wipes down the bar, he slides the 5 gold pieces across the bar top to you.
Yeah, I'm going to take those and go sign up.
And before he lets go of the 5 gold pieces, he'll kind of lean in a little closer and he'll be like, I've heard that there is at least one other deal going around out there, and I'm only willing to sponsor somebody if they're not already being sponsored for this. This probably your only one, correct?
This is my only deal.
And then he will reach into his other pocket and he'll lay down a key at the bar top for you too. And he'll say, we've also got a room upstairs that you can use for the night. And he'll slide the key and the 5 gold pieces across the table to you.
Thank you.
All right. I will of course go let Jack know what I mean, yes, okay, you've already heard that. Yes. Anyway, I will let Jack and Rennie also know what I've learned. So we're dealing with a calibrate your level of risk and reward situation.
But we get to keep the trophy if we win.
Yes, with this one you get to keep the.
This one
I
does.
bet the bartender would be much more happy with someone our size having the trophy.
Yeah. I mean, I'm pretty sure Kip would too, because we're like the same height. But I don't. It's like, oh yeah, an extra 50 gold, but you get to claim that you won. Like that's that doesn't sound like a real deal. I don't. Yeah.
Yep. I think yes, this is much better.
Do you think the tavern owner would sponsor us all, or just one person?
He said any adventurers, so it's worth trying. I'll mention that I hadn't mentioned you because I didn't think you would compete at all, but that you seem excited about this now, right? That way it doesn't sound like we've been blabbing this to anyone.
Yeah, sure. So I had a thought about this. I'm really good with obstacle courses because that one time we went into that temple and that boulder went after me and I was able to not die from the boulder and stuff. But
you didn't even lose your hat.
I didn't even lose my hat, right? But like my problem is I'm kind of small. I don't really have I'm not big, so it's hard for me to like really hold the liquor, and I don't know, like since this is special magic liquor and my ability the loot's ability to protect me from poison, I don't know. Like I don't know. I mean if we're all entering that's cool, but I don't know. That's all I got.
Maybe if we got a trench coat.
Oh no.
I have a cloak.
This seems like cheating.
The two of you?
Why not?
If we put my cloak on Nothea and she rested with it, then it would resize to her size. I wonder if we could stop it from resizing back.
You just have to not sleep around it, as I recall.
It depends on it doesn't. I think it doesn't take that long.
And then I stand on your shoulder.
Like halfway through, the cloak starts changing sizes on you.
Yeah, it's a fox and a mouse in a trench coat.
But you can't really hold your liquor either.
Right.
I can for a minute.
We don't know how long we're going to be drinking.
Listen. We all have different strengths here. I think the best opportunity is if we all enter.
Sure.
Probably individually, and not in a trench coat.
Yes.
But I don't know though. It does sound like it does sound like a good time and like a story that people would tell.
I mean, it's not like we have the money for. Wait, do you have a belt of dwarven kind in your robe of useful things? Can you make one? Can you combine?
He looks around and says, "No, I can make dogs."
Yeah, that's not the same.
I'm just picturing them like open, like like the creepy like black market like cloak, like looking at all of their patches, like let's see what I've got for you today.
No,
I love the idea of the black market seller who doesn't know what they're selling.
Well, you can tell. You know what all the pouches are. That would be amazing. No, I don't have anything that would be no. So how do we indicate to this bar owner that we're interested in this deal?
Oh, I told him
putting the money in and signing up.
Right, yeah. Not wasting any time. Yeah, like I told him that I would order an elven ale. If you why don't you two come with me again? Don't want him to get the wrong idea. So I'll go over right and be like, I'd like bartender, I'd like an elven ale, please.
And one for me.
Yeah, me too.
And he'll come over and he'll pour like whatever like his cheap beer is because I'll ask for like an ale. And he'll put them down on the table, and he'll pull out the 5 gold pieces, and he also has a key for each of you, which maybe you don't even want to take it because your tower probably is nicer than what his room is going to be.
I will gracefully turn it down, but
the tower has a lounge.
Yeah, you can tell from like this place that the rooms are probably pretty like modest, if that. Like it's probably like a bed with like a writing desk and like a window, and it's not fancy. Everything's just like wooden and.
But how big is this lounge, and what features does it come with?
It is 100 square feet, and it is furnished. Let me get you the
Does that
description.
have beds? Because all I care about is having a bed.
Yeah,
It doesn't
so-
have beds. It has like because I chose the lounge. A lounge with couches, armchairs, side tables, and footstools. So
I mean-
couches. I would say that our large party member almost certainly needs a full-size bed, but that the rest of us could probably sleep on a couch comfortably.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, like a regular hotel room is pretty big for me.
Right.
And
I will tell him. I will say I already have a room for the night, but thank you.
he'll take your key back, and he'll kind of look you all like in the eyes, kind of similar how he did to Nothea, and be like, making sure that this is the only deal that y'all are picking up.
Definitely.
Okay, so
Absolutely.
he'll slide the coins across and the keys for whoever wants one.
Right.
I think this is the best deal.
Yeah, no, it's the best deal. And Jack's like thinking like, a whole. Oh, I've never had a room all to myself. Yeah, sure, thanks.
Small party members always have to share rooms in D&D parties.
That
It's
is
a
true.
fact.
Now, Jack, remember what I told you about groupies?
Oh no!
What?
Yes.
Exactly.
Excuse me.
That-
You're a priest of who?
I didn't say what I told Jack to remember about them.
And Rennie would take the beer and the cheap beer
Mhm.
and walk over to the sign-up board.
Don't be too suspicious about it.
Oh, wait. Hey, Barkeep. So, I mean, you know a lot about this, but what do other people like my size normally do in the competition? Because there's a lot of drinking involved.
Oh well, they tend to get drunk. But it's not all about brute force. There are other ways to make it through most of the skills involved, at least over the past few years.
Oh, I'm not worried about that part. I'm pretty good about avoiding things like flaming arrows and boulders and mother-in-laws.
Shouts across the tavern. And steaks!
Yeah, and snakes,
Oh, mother-in-laws, man, that's a skill.
giant mouse traps. Anyways, snakes. Oh, snakes. Anyways, but no, but I'm more worried about I've got a tiny little liver, and if I have to drink a giant mug, like obviously somebody like Olga, like that's no problem for her, but for me, like I could be passed out.
And Brachus is like thinking back, and he's like, I think it's been a really long time since somebody has been severely injured from drinking during one of these courses. But they have clerics and paladins all over the course usually, in case anybody gets too harmed.
Okay, but I'll probably be sober enough to still be like my nimble self.
Well, one can hope, right?
Cheers.
Like he gives you like a thumbs up.
he'll hop over to the sign up sheet and throw in his 5 gold and like with a flourish, right, like Jack Monterrey.
Awesome.
Yep. And
Yeah, when I
Rennie
first
writes,
saw them,
Renard the pretty
eventually.
great.
The pretty great.
Pretty great.
Awesome.
Yep.
Sorry, were you saying something, Eric?
No, just I also signed up. Sadly I don't think of anything nearly as clever. So it's just Aryeh.
It's like scrawled in like all capital letters.
I am quite literate. I even speak halfling, which I was going to use on the merchant, except he had a bad deal.
Yeah.
Aryeh,
Their deal
period.
comes with some extra gold pieces.
And I will say in a stage type voice, look, Jack, our huge friend Nothea has signed up for this competition. I think she's even as big and strong as the champion.
Oh wow! I've never seen them side to side before.
In the back of my mind, I'm like, are these kids trying to set me up?
I'm sorry, is that what you think flirting is? Or preemptive? You know what I mean. Flirting on someone's behalf.
I wonder if there's some way, Jack, that we could find out tonight who's the biggest and strongest.
Yeah, let's go hang out with Olga and see.
Good idea.
Hop, hop.
Yeah, so Olga is sitting at those like conjoined tables. They've now added a third table to kind of widen the perimeter there. And they're all talking jovially and laughing, and pretty much everyone there has like a tankard that they're drinking out of.
So
she's pretty approachable though. Like if somebody approaches the table, folks will kind of like make room for people to walk up to the table. It seems like this is pretty common that people come up and either want like a signature or just to say hi or like congratulate her or like or just to kind of sit and talk and have drinks.
In another big stage voice now towards this group, no, Jack, no, I'm certain that while Nothea is taller, that this Olga is much bigger overall. And
Olga will kind of turn as she hears her name and will be like, "Oh, come on over. Hello, I'm Olga. But I assume you knew my name already, as I just heard you say it.
You're famous."
Yeah.
Thank you. It's I really enjoy doing these courses. It's a fun thing to come back to every year. Come join us, and folks will kind of like make room for y'all if you look like you're about to want to sit down or hang out.
Nice to meet you. I am Renard the Pretty Great, and this is my friend Jack Monterrey. You can call me Rennie. You can call him Jack.
Oh, excellent, Rennie. Jack, come.
Jack will just plop down as like at the most appropriate seat near Olga and be like, we're new to town, so we thought we'd try it out. But I'm kind of worried about the drinking part because I'm kind of small and I don't know. I feel like you could drink me under the table.
For the record, I'm also sitting there, but like awkward.
I was wondering.
You and Nothea could probably be like, bam, entire keg done, and I'd just be like.
Yes, it's I can hold my beer as I've been told and as has been shown through the Hopstacle course, but I'm sure you could do it.
Do you have any tips as an expert champion?
Oh, well, practice makes perfect, right? And she like slings back a beer.
Yeah.
Rennie's got this,
that seems like a challenge, Nothea.
Oh no. Listen, I am all for the challenge, but shouldn't it be tomorrow and not this evening?
Well, I mean, you're gonna sleep. You'll sleep it off. You'll be good.
That is not how alcohol works, young one.
Hey, first of all, we don't need. I'm not even sure. Wait a second, you're a fae. I don't even know. All right, but like. Wait, we got clerics around. We got a cleric right there. He can clean you up and all that good stuff, and you can go to bed all rested.
And Olga will kind of mention into, she drinks a lot, but she knows what her limit is, and she is more about competing out on the course. So she'll kind of go in with, I mean, I'm willing to share around with you all, but I will leave the competition for tomorrow as well.
So the two of them are like, nope. Well, Jack is like,
come on.
It's like fight.
You guys are so level-headed. I am very impressed by the both of you.
Yeah, you really have a lot in
Hey,
common.
kids! Here's a great lesson to learn.
I don't know though, Jack. I think we're not going to get them to compete on drinking tonight. But don't you kind of want to see who's stronger
or taller?
Oh no, I'm sure that Nothea is taller. The question is who's bigger and stronger.
I don't know how one would measure that. That's not really my deal.
And as y'all are talking, Olga will like move her tankard over and put her arm up onto the tabletop.
I was just like kind of in sync, like putting my arm up as well. Like,
Yeah. Rennie's eyes are like sparkling at this point. Like.
And Jack pulls out the lute and starts like doing a fight song.
So,
ding, 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 ding,
are we going to do an arm wrestling competition?
We are absolutely having an arm wrestling competition.
Okay, so the way that this will work is we'll do opposed athletics checks, and it'll be at a 90, a 45, and then the 0. So it'll go back and forth as somebody wins a check.
I love this.
Oh, so the winner makes progress.
Yeah,
Correct.
that's perfect.
All right, so we're starting off at 90.
Athletics. Where is it?
And Olga will take this first one. She rolled a 24.
Holy crap. Do I roll again then?
I
yep,
imagine
so roll
the
again.
table bending, right? Like just from the
my
strength from both of them.
Wait, can I like small?
Those are two really high rolls.
Can it be like one of those things in an anime where like sparks are flying up and people
Yeah.
are turning around?
Like the whole table has like quieted, right? Like people have even like paused drinking, and they're like, all you can hear is like the bardic troupe in the background, and even them, they're starting to kind of peer over as everything has kind of switched around.
Is it
Well,
Jack?
While Jack's doing the song,
Yeah. Okay. There you go.
While Jack's doing the song, can Aryeh start doing the announcer voice?
Oh, good point. Yes.
Oh my god,
Yes,
are
I
you
can.
take bets?
No, Rennie's taking bets. He's just announcing.
Right.
Okay.
Yes.
All right, I got odds 3-2 towards the champion. Anyone going to take those odds? Anyone going to make a bet here?
Well,
I'm gonna, like,
Nothea's already not winning. So.
So I'm 3-2.
All right, roll another athletics check. Yeah, and Olga will take this one too and put your hand down to the table. And she'll be, best 2 out of 3. Best 2 out of 3. Come on.
All right, now that they've warmed up, anyone want to take that bet? 3 towards 2 odds.
And she'll take a drink out of her tankard while we reset.
Okay.
Olga is such a great sport, Nothea. You can do this. We have faith in you.
She just got a nat 20, so she'll. Yeah, so she'll take you to 45 again.
I'll press the digitape.
Oh, it's a really
coming
close
out of
one.
their hands at this point.
I don't know how to do
that.
announcer patter, but Aryeh
Wow, I
definitely
am
does.
rolling really well right now for her.
Yeah.
Is that 19? Was that your most recent roll?
Yes.
Yeah, so she'll take you back down to the table again.
Oh,
You got 2 in a row. Oof.
wow.
I have these muscles and they're like not doing me any favors.
I
like
am
dehydration
rolling very
muscles, not
well.
strength.
And she also has a pretty boss bonus to athletics, so
I mean, that's why.
Right.
hers is better.
Yeah, okay.
Olga is a really great sport. Thank you for entertaining us.
And Olga will wave to like one of like the bartenders, and we'll make sure you get a drink for competing against her.
Thank you. I'm going to take a bit of the powder that I have and sprinkle it in mine because I heard about you can't like do things other people. So I'll just take a small pinch of the pepper and throw it in mine.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it'll spice it up. I mean, like if you take just like granular, it just kind of spices it up a little bit. If you were to put more of like a pinch in, it would be like having like a Fireball beer, basically.
Yeah, I'm looking for a kick, but not murder.
Yeah, so somewhere between like a pinch and like the granular, and it'll be comfortable. You won't be sweating drinking it.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah.
So, folks are at this point are kind of starting to filter out of the bar. Some people are staying for the entertainment, but it's getting a little bit later. So, for the people who want to make sure that they're up and fresh and ready to caravan over to the Hopstacle course, they're starting to turn in. There's still some people around. The Olga fan club is back down to like maybe like a table of people, and she looks like she's about to turn in as well. Is there anything else y'all would like to do for the night?
I'm going to turn in. I'm going to just go upstairs.
Jack will hang out with the fan club and ask them to recap all of their favorite Olga moments in the previous years.
Oh, gosh.
And they are clamoring to make notes over the top of each other, be like, oh my gosh, remember that one time that she just like dove under like that flame and she was chased by those wolves, and then she just turned around and she like socked that one right in the face. That was so cool, wasn't it? And they kind of like go on to like some of these other types of tales along those same lines.
Wow.
All right. Well, I gotta turn in. Thanks, everybody.
Awesome.
On the way back to the tower, I would be hyping the 1 gold to use a clean bathroom sauna and everything.
You'll get 3 more takers on it
as I'm going.
Yeah.
Awesome.
There's more people that are interested, but they feel like the gold piece is too steep.
I'm an adventurer. I don't think in silver.
Right. Yeah. But there's at least one of them is too drunk to know the difference between a silver and a gold.
Sure.
Like, that sounds great.
Incredible. I will actually, in just a small moment of focus, I will go back to the temple and I'll see if there's anything. I bet the places like this usually have ordinary priests. So if there's anything that an actual cleric with 3rd level spells can help with, I will definitely do that. I'll just note the most exciting things are I have sending, and dispel magic. Oh, and of course ceremony. If they're like someone really needs to get married right now, but that seems less likely.
Best spell.
Things happen at the Brewski Jubilee.
Right. It does take an hour, so it's that kind of right now.
I don't see why you weren't just marrying people in the tavern.
No, I would have, but it takes an hour, right?
Yeah, exactly. Come on.
Takes an hour you can marry them in less than an hour, but if you marry them for a whole hour, they get mechanical effects.
Exactly.
And one thing that you probably would have noticed about Baracus's bar too is there's like a lot of like floral type stuff because he grows like his own like herbs to flavor the beers, and like he has some fruits and things, and so he probably could have even made some flowers for y'all. You would assume that he had some druidic nature to him.
Oh, I see.
I just got a horrifying idea though, actually. So in fact, just as I'm about to leave the bar, I think, let's see, who of you here? So actually, two quick things. One, is Nothea actually a fae or just a fae knight?
So Nothea is it's fine. Most people have been mispronouncing me all night. I'm a Goliath. I am but I happen to be a fae paladin.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
I think I focus on Rennie. Hey, Rennie, if you could ensure that for the next 10 minutes, everyone here in this bar can only speak the truth, would you?
Would I?
That's something I can do.
Oh,
that is something you can do.
Yes.
Look, I also just have spell slots burning a hole in my pocket, and I'm like, I will let you cast Zone of Truth through me because I don't feel like I can justify doing that myself.
I don't think it's a good idea for me to. I mean, that would be really crappy for them, wouldn't it?
That's why I'm asking a trickster.
I think. Let me try something. To the drunken crowd of fans, who wants to see a really cool trick?
Oh no.
There's like. Most folks are kind of like tired and kind of turning in, but there's at least one person there that's like, trick sounds kind of cool, and like they're kind of like sloshing their tankard around. So
is Olga still around?
Yeah, but she looks like she's about to leave.
Oh, okay. No, I don't think we should bother tonight. Like we should all get some rest. Maybe there'll be room for some hijinks tomorrow morning.
All right.
So y'all head to your respective places. So y'all turn in for the night. You can consider this a long rest. If any of you have spells that you need to prepare or anything like that, you can use this time to also do that.
All right.
Yeah, I feel like I can actually optimize for this. I just don't know what to optimize for.
I'm a bard.
Right, I'm a cleric. I'm not used to having this much choice. Right, usually I'm a wizard and we only have a limited spell book.
Yeah, preparing spells is going to be interesting for this.
And this would also be a good time for us to have a built-in break if y'all would like
that
to
was
take
my
it.
guess as well.
Yep.
Y'all,
this is going to be probably one of my longer sessions of this. You do
are you
a lot
surprised?
more. No, I'm not. But there's a lot more role-playing in this than a lot of the other games that I played, so it's fun. But it does mean
I don't know how other people play D&D.
I feel like when Ian and I ever play a game, all we do is do our shenanigans.
What's D&D without shenanigans?
Yeah.